So Dexter, I want to tell you about, I was wandering around the house today and all of a sudden YouTube started playing this. I don't know how this even happened. I'm not subscribed to them. It just went on an autoplay and it was two women in their, I'd say, I can't tell, early 40s because I paused them. And I was like, my hands were wet from dishes and I was like, please, I need to turn this off right away, right away. And they were squealing and who taught you to talk like that? Stop it. Stop it. So anyways, the only example I can think of, so you will know, is Meghan Markle. Ouch, Dexter. Dexter, stop it. You're being a bit of a, you know what? So anyways, Dex, come on, I love you. So Jamie Kerr, Lima, and the Meghan Markle. Anyway, it was so horrible. Like Meghan Markle was being a little, but Jamie Kerr, it's so nice. Why? I know I sound like a big bee this morning, don't I? Like a horrible human. But don't talk like that. I don't believe you. We all can have high-pitched voice. When I was really, really young, I worked at this business, and this guy, I'm like 20, maybe 20, yeah, 19. My voice was really, 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 really high. I never knew it, and I certainly didn't put it on. I'm not talking high voices, high-pitched voices. It's come down. That's what happens when you get older, unless you practice. Women's voices get a little lower when they get older. But, and he used to make fun of me because he'd go, hi, Jackie, how are you? And I'm like, do I sound like that? Do I sound like that? But anyways, I never put it on. But this ridiculousness, when you're in your 30s and your 40s, it's not about taking away a person's joy. It's about, can we please talk? And don't bite me anymore, you little so-and-so. It's, why do women do that? So anyways, flash forward. I hired a lady, and this was a long time ago, and I really liked her a lot. But she talked to me like that. And sometimes she'd put it on when she talked to a guy. And I'm like, okay, I can't control you, even though I wanted to, because I said, but don't talk to me like that. The squealing and I can't take it. My nerves can't take it. It was, and so she didn't. She talked to me normally. She still had, quite the baby voice, but it was definitely tolerable. And, I just said I wasn't controlling, but I just couldn't take it. And then one day, she started going out with one of our technicians, which was a faux pas. But whatever, aside from that, that's not what I'm talking about. And he told me, Dexter, where'd you go? We're not finished with the story. He told me that I should start talking more like her. He says, and I said, why? And he said, men like it when you baby talk to them. I can't do it. And honestly, Dexter, where are you? Why are you hiding? And if I start doing that to my guy, like I've been with him 20 years. If I say, oh, can you get me a little cup of coffee because I'm just so tired and I can't pour it myself. I swear, it would be the end. He'd be looking at me. He might even take me somewhere where they straighten you out with a jacket, white one. So anyways, that's what I'm saying is, why do women do that? I can't stand it. Now, there are people who have learned to speak, or I'm not a speech pathologist. Is that the right word? Who have that high mini voice, and I don't like super high. And I think you've learned to speak that way. One time I went into the mall where I live, and this girl walked up to me because she was at the sales counter. Like, it was for cosmetics. And I couldn't believe it. I almost laughed till I realized she was serious. So I controlled myself. She goes, hi. And I was like, it sounded just like Minnie. I can't even do it. But I think I did snicker a little because it caught me off guard. I didn't mean to. And I felt, and her manager looked at me like I was a demon devil. Now, normally if people are doing kind of strange stuff, I ignore it because, it was a long time ago. And I do feel a little guilty, and I hope she never saw me do that little, and now, whatever. It was wrong of me. I still remember it, but I thought, people like that you need to go get a voice coach. Not that my voice is the greatest, you know. My voice goes up and down. Sometimes it sounds kind of deep to me, and sometimes it sounds normal, and sometimes it sounds rough, you know. But when you have a high voice like that, you need some help. It'll make your life better. But, you know, people who put it on, like, why are you doing that? But I know now from this one lady that I used to work with, because you get your way with some people. And I can't understand a man who likes baby talk. Why do you want to be baby talked? See, I baby talked my kids a little, but not much. Like, I called them sweetie, and I cuddled them, and I kissed them, but I talked to them like they were humans. Of course, you know, when they hurt themselves, I was like, oh, come here, sweetie. I did that. I did do it. Or when they were sick, I'd be like, okay, what do we want? How can I did do that. So there was two ways I talk like that. Or if they were sad about something. But on a regular basis, I just talked to them in my normal voice. So if they were jumping up and down, having a, you know, a tantrum or something, kids do that, you know, even at the best of times. And so if they could speak, I would say, you need to stop that so you can tell me what you want, and maybe we can get it to you faster. Or I'd say, I don't understand a word you're saying. I didn't get down on my knees and keep trying to cajole them into telling me what they want. I'd say things like, well, when you can tell me what it is you want, then I guess you'll get it, or we can talk about it. But I wouldn't do that when they had no vocabulary, of course. Anyhow, that Jamie Kerr Lima, I watched the whole interview. I could barely stand it. But apparently, according to this guy at work, some men like baby voices. I don't know if that's true. Am I going to start a whole, you know, shiitake show here on my cat channel? Oh, by the way, disclaimer. It is a cat channel, and it's not made for children. Even though kids could pretty much watch it. But, especially the shorts. I'm not doing anything wrong here. But, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, someone's going to say, well, you know, you're la, la, la. Whatever, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on, babes. I do have opinions. I have strong ones. We all do. Don't deny. Do not deny. So anyways, I'm just curious. And if there's a guy watching me, there are several. I love my cat men. I love my cat men. I do. When I looked at the statistics on my channel, 50%, sometimes 48%, sometimes depends, are male. I love that. I love that. That means you're a good person if you love cats, right? You are, because you're kind and you're gentle and you love cuddly, furry things. So anyways, I guess that's about it. 8 minutes of complaining. And like I said, it's a cat channel, and I have to talk about something other than just staring at this beautifulness of fur. You know, I have thoughts. If you like it, like and subscribe. If you didn't, maybe you could just leave me a comment, tell me why in a nice way. I saw another YouTuber do that. Every time I say that, I'm like, no, don't. But you're not allowed to call names. Someone called me a name a couple of times. Like, it's cats. Calm down. Anyway, like and subscribe. And you don't have to subscribe. You can just like it. Also, maybe if you don't like it, you can give it a negative too. It's fine. We don't really see the negatives. I don't. I see the upvotes, but they don't show you the negative votes because we're all a bunch of tender hearts. Okay. All right, Dex, I gotta go eat something. I love you. Oh, wait a minute. I love you. I know, that was grating, wasn't it? I hope none of you stayed for that.